There we go. Hello there, folks, and welcome to Bullets for Bucks. My name's Steven, and today we're going to compare the Fierce CT Rival against the Weatherby Mark V Backcountry 2.0. Both of these are designed to be ultra lightweight backcountry hunting rifles. And let's start at the butt end and move forward. So on the CT Rival, we have a limb saver recoil pad that's very pliable and soft and feels excellent to the touch. Then we have integral QD cup on the left side here. A little bit of a cheek rise built into the stock. And then we have a really nice large palm swell that's almost 90 degrees. Really beefy. Then coming forward, we have an all metal trigger guard, a Bix and Andy trigger that's adjustable down to, I believe, 2 or 2.5 pounds. Very crisp, clean first stage trigger. A floor plate design. You push in the button tab inside the trigger guard and it releases that. Excellent quality. In Magnum, it's 3+1. And this comes in both long action and short action. And then coming forward, you have a fully free-floated carbon fiber wrapped barrel. And then it's threaded 5/8 by 24, and I have a suppressor on the end here. Underneath, the fore-end grip on this is about average, I would guess. It's not super overly beefy, but not like super slim. It's not as slim as like a Ruger American or a Christensen Ridgeline. You have a built-in Picatinny rail, which I really like, and a flush cup here so you can put that QD sling in. Coming up to the receiver, on the CT or titanium carbon fiber version, you have a titanium receiver with a Remington 700 footprint, and you have a push button bolt release on this side, 70-degree bolt throw, skeletonized bolt, nice tactical bolt knob on it. Pushing in that bolt release, you have a spiral fluted bolt, but it's not super deep spiral fluted. 2 recoil lugs, and a plunger ejector and Seiko style extractor. You have a 2-position safety, and on safe, it does not lock the bolt handle in place. It's a very, very smooth action when running it, and that trigger is ever so crisp clean. It does come with a curved trigger blade that's smooth and actually kind of narrow in profile. The bedding in this rifle, the CT Rival, has no spot bedding and from what I can tell, no pillar bedding, but this is a hand-laid carbon fiber stock that is of the highest quality, and these come out of Redmond, Utah. So now that we've gone over the Fierce CT Rival, and I know I always say that funny, let's go ahead and take a look. I'll put this one off to the side. Let's take a look the Weatherby Mark V Backcountry 2.0. You have a 3D hex recoil pad. It's quite a bit stiffer than the CT Rival, but it's really like a web design. You can see right through it. And unlike the original backcountry hex pad that would deform if it was stored on its butt, this one I've had 0 problems with it deforming whatsoever. Then coming forward, you have a sling swivel stud mount in the back. No flush cups on this one. More of a traditional style stock here. A little bit of a palm swell, but not as much, and it's at a slighter angle. It's 90-degree angle at the palm. Coming forward, you have a metal, bottom metal. This is Cerakoted, I do believe. Push button inside the trigger guard. Floor plate, similar to the Fierce design. And then this comes with a Trigger Tech field trigger that is adjustable down to 2.5 pounds, but I do have an aftermarket Trigger Tech in here with a flat blade, and normally has a curved blade. And then coming forward, you have a nice fore end. It's similar in feel. It looks a little bit different in design, but it's similar in feel to the Fierce. A front sling swivel stud, and you have a carbon fiber wrapped barrel, and I believe these are by BSF barrels. A 5/8 by 24 threaded end here, and it comes with a radial Cerakoted muzzle brake, and so does the CT Rival, by the way, but I have it removed for the suppressor. The action on this or receiver is not titanium, but you can get this in a titanium version. It has a 2-position safety, and when the safety is locked to the rear, it does lock the bolt in place, which I prefer. To release the bolt on a Weatherby Mark V, you actually got to pull in the trigger as you remove the bolt, so it's a little bit different. Deeper spiral, full fluting on this bolt, beautiful bolt, and it's a 6-lug receiver on this one, but you can get it in different versions. It has a plunger ejector and a basically a Seiko style extractor or something very similar. The bolt handle on this is tactical and has beautiful lightning cuts in it to reduce weight. The trigger on this is very crisp, clean, and it is a single stage trigger as well. The bedding in this is pillar bedded, I do believe, with metal pillar bedding, and they spot bedded the front recoil lug area, and the recoil lug is one piece integral with the receiver. So I like this receiver a little bit better in its design, as well as this is only a 54-degree bolt throw instead of a 90. Now let's just kind of go quick and dirty over the differences here, and kind of my thoughts, and yes, some of my opinions on what I like. I like the recoil pad on both of them pretty much equally, even though the 3D Hex one's a little bit cooler looking. I do like the stock design on the Fierce a little bit better. I feel like it's just a little bit, fits me better ergonomically for long range shooting, and I like that it has kind of that raised area for your cheek, and I like the palm swell and the vertical grip more. As far as the bottom metals, they're both excellent. And as far as the receivers, they both are excellent, but the CT Rival, it has a little bit smoother action when you run the bolt in the receiver. Although I don't know that this is Cerakoted the same as the receiver on the Weatherby, so maybe that's why. Then coming forward, I definitely prefer the flush cups on the Fierce over the sling swivel stud on the Weatherby. I feel like everything's going to QD. Plus, this has the built-in Picatinny rail, so you can put that Picatinny bipod on the front and still have that flush cup. I feel like that's a far superior design there. And this has flathead receiver screws, which are just notorious for stripping out or marring up the head on them, and just much more difficult to work with than the Torx head screws you get on the Fierce. Both triggers are excellent. Both rifles shoot pretty well. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at some range footage. Wait. It's about a 1/4 inch from the first. Little. Still about 1.5 inch group. There we go. Hit it. All right, so now that we've looked at range footage, yes, I felt like they both shot pretty closely, and given the very small sampling of ammunition I ran through both of them, I cannot say that one is really inherently more accurate than the other. They're both about 1 MOA rifles, and the Fierce does come with a half MOA guarantee, and it has shot half MOA with factory ammunition. The Weatherby does come with 1 MOA guarantee, and it has shot at 1 MOA. I do tend to feel more comfortable behind the Fierce, and maybe it shoots a little bit more inherently accurate, but like I said, without a significant sampling of without a significant sampling of ammunition shot through both of them, I cannot definitively say one is inherently more accurate than the other. They're both ultralight rifles, which are inherently difficult for me to shoot as consistently accurate due to controlling recoil and whatnot. The Weatherby Backcountry 2.0 comes in at a weight of 5.4 pounds, and it's 46 inches long, 4+1 capacity with the 6.5 Weatherby RPM, which this one is. It's a 26-inch barrel, including the muzzle brake. It's a 1-in-8 twist and 6.5 RPM. The Fierce CT Rival comes in with a 24-inch barrel and has a weight, I believe, of 6.5 pounds. So it is a little bit heavier, but you got to remember, this is a long action. It's a full-size action for the 300 PRC, and this one's a 6.5 RPM. The Weatherby features a Peak 44 hand-laid carbon fiber stock. The Fierce features a C3 carbon fiber barrel. So in closing, both of these rifles are an excellent choice for backcountry hunters. I did have some problems, and I cannot go without mentioning them. With the Weatherby Backcountry 2.0, I had their factory ammunition. The brass was getting stuck in the chamber area, and it took about 30 to 40 rounds for that to kind of stop happening. I believe there might have been a burr in the chamber or a little bit of a head spacing issue, as it took some time for that to work out. And brass was getting stuck in the chamber, you know, following all the procedures, safety protocols. Brass was still getting stuck with their premium ammunition in the chamber, and it was really hard to get that brass out. And that is a significant issue for a rifle at this price point. Both of these rifles, though, are probably an excellent choice for the backcountry hunter. They're both ultra lightweight, beautiful rifles. I like the lines of the Backcountry 2.0 a little bit better for hunting, but I like the Fierce design a little bit better for target shooting and long range shooting. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this comparison of the Fierce CT Rival versus the Weatherby Mark V Backcountry 2.0. Thanks for watching Bullets for Bucks. Check out this next video and subscribe.